Hunter Biden's friend and business partner Devon Archer testified before the House, before the Oversight Committee, and he made some remarkable disclosures or revelations. He pointed out that Hunter Biden has met in person with Joe Biden and a number of Hunter and Joe's business associates. And this has happened on multiple occasions. It's estimated about 15 occasions. And then separately from that, on about 20 occasions, at least 20 occasions that Devon Archer recalls, the actual number could be more, Joe Biden was sort of piped in, or Hunter Biden makes a call to Joe Biden, or Joe Biden makes a call to Hunter Biden. They put Hunter Biden on speakerphone, and he's able to speak to Hunter, but also speak directly to Hunter's and Joe's business associates. Now, all of this shows that Joe Biden's claim that he had nothing to do with his son, he was not involved in any way in his son's business dealings, is just factually false. Joe Biden was prevaricating, he was lying, you call it whatever you want. He was not telling the truth. He's in on this. And to anyone who is moderately intelligent looking at this, it's very obvious what's going on. What's going on is not that Joe Biden is weighing in on the substance of the deal, but rather that Joe Biden is there to prove that the access that Hunter Biden is promising is real. Hunter Biden isn't just some Billy Carter, some wayward brother or son who just says, oh, listen, I can get my dad to do this, I can get my dad to do that, and Joe Biden's not even involved, he's not part of the picture. Joe Biden is calling in to say, hey, listen, guys, you know what? The mafia boss is part of the operation. Hunter is my bag man, Hunter's my front man, he's my collection man, send the money to him, then we'll put it through all the shell accounts. It won't get to me except through a kind of intra-family distribution. So this is obviously what's going on. And yet the press, as well as defenders of Joe Biden, including Representative Dan Goldman of New York. Let's remember, Dan Goldman of New York is the same guy who led or was one of the key House impeachment managers for Trump's first impeachment. So let's refresh your memory. Trump was impeached the first time. He was impeached twice. The second one was January 6th related. The first one, think about it. What was he impeached for? What did Trump do that propelled this massive impeachment process, an impeachment trial in the House, then went over to the Senate? Well, it was basically over Trump making a phone call. Who was the phone call to? Ukraine, to Zelensky. What was it about? Hey, you better look into this Joe Biden corruption business. And the corruption business here had to do with Joe Biden getting a Ukrainian prosecutor fired, a prosecutor who was fired for looking into corruption at Burisma, and all this at a time when Burisma is paying large sums of money to Hunter Biden's company, to Hunter Biden and to Hunter Biden's business partner, none other than one Devon Archer. So this is what Trump was impeached for. And so think of the irony of the situation. Trump is wrongfully and preposterously impeached over making a legitimate phone call over real corrupt business dealings that the Democrats at the time denied. There's nothing here. This is all made up. This is all nonsense. So that was the premise of the impeachment. And ironically, the guy who really deserves to be impeached is Joe Biden. The guy who's really selling U.S. influence abroad is Joe Biden. That's the guy delivering influence in exchange for cash. No one could even claim that was true of Trump. All Trump does is make a phone call, looking into it, checking into something that turns out to have merit. Now, another thing that Devon Archer said, which I think sums up the whole situation very clearly, is he says that the reason that Hunter Biden was added to the Burisma board is the brand. That was his term, the brand. Well, what's the brand? Well, Hunter Biden doesn't have a brand. He didn't start Nike or Microsoft. Oh, it's my brand, Hunter. No, the brand is the Biden brand. the Joe Biden brand. And that's what was for sale. Just like when an athlete gets money for promoting a brand, the brand is giving money in exchange for something of value. And here, what was of value is Joe Biden is selling Biden family legitimacy, Biden family influence. See, if Hunter Biden is on the Burisma board, it signifies to all of Ukraine. By the way, Ukraine is getting U.S. aid, and in a very notorious boast, you have Joe Biden on camera. I mean, this is the smoking gun right here. Joe Biden on camera saying, guess what? I called up this guy. I called up the Ukrainians and I told them, you better fire this prosecutor. Which prosecutor? Shokin, who's looking into Burisma corruption. You better fire him or we're not sending you $1 billion of money. I'm going to block that money. So this is a clear case where Joe Biden is essentially using his influence, showing the power of the brand. It's not just a name. Hey, listen, there's some abstract access that Joe Biden is giving you. Joe Biden is performing a concrete task and then boasting about it on camera. So you've got you've got not only Burisma paying for something, but you've got Joe Biden himself, not Hunter Biden, but Joe Biden delivering what Burisma paid for. So if you're looking to close the circle of corruption, there it is. That's the basis for what should be the forthcoming impeachment of Joe Biden. We are in the most vulnerable times in U.S. history with our markets and economy, and that calls for an expert financial advisor for your investments. Yet, most Americans are with a sort of conventional ride out the dips in the market, advisors that have kept recycling the same advice since the 1980s. That advice will fail you now. Luckily, my friend Rebecca Walser is different. You've seen her on the podcast. She's a tax attorney, a wealth strategist. She has a global MBA from the London School of Economics. She has seen what is coming and protected her clients back at the end of 2021, and she can do the same for you now. Debbie and I did a call with Rebecca's team just a couple of days ago, going over our investments, and we're moving ahead. So join us. Go to friendofdinesh.com. Book a call with Rebecca Walser's team today. That's friendofdinesh.com to secure your investments and your future.